Hello, and here we go again. So today I would like to talk about understanding Natalists. Arguments against birth are certainly very solid. However, you have to realize that the need for company is very strong in us humans, and we have lived in tribes ever since. It is in our DNA to build a nest and to create a family. Of course, there's adoption, and I know it sounds like a cheap excuse, but people actually have a way stronger bond with their own flesh and blood than with an adopted child. Several studies examining parents' behavior towards their natural and their adopted child prove that affection is not distributed equally. Especially mothers show much more empathy and care for their natural child. Blood is thicker than water after all. In a way, I understand their choice to go for pregnancy, even though it is morally obnoxious. I understand that people are unable or not as able to love an adopted child. This does not justify procreation at all, but it is something to consider. Now to another point. It is a quite sad reality that people ultimately get children because their life would be so dull without them, that they would not know what to do. They would probably get very depressed and even suicidal. Most people are not creative or stoic or in possession of any other virtue to hold their own. They can only thrive when they have some other activity besides their soul-sucking jobs. So they get into the hobby of raising children. Yes, one should definitely look for more ethical hobbies, but from this perspective I can at least understand them. Not having children is indeed regarded as a philosophical suicide. That's why so many look at me in bewilderment when I confront them with antinatalism. For them, not having children would mean a metaphysical shot in the head. It is absurd to create a being to mitigate their pain of existence. Yet, for most people, the only way to endure their misery is to force another sucker into it. A trouble shared is a trouble halved. This is a slogan under which they breed, even though they do it unconsciously. However, in the darkest moments, parents sometimes utter words like, "If it wasn't for my children, I would not know what I'm living for." Children maintain their own life. They are lifesavers. Many would not find the strength to keep going without them, and this is definitely not an argument for procreation. Children are a means to an end, a fact that parents would not willingly admit. Talk to people about this and you mostly get two different reactions. They either act confused and laugh at you as if you are a conspiracy crackhead, or they get angry and call you a child hater. They are afraid to get this conscious, for it would worsen their misery and question their ridiculous worldview. But it is painfully obvious. You have to be in an unsatisfied state from the beginning if you decide to reproduce. You actually do not need to create another human being when you are already happy. Otherwise, you wouldn't create this trouble. If you are truly happy, why would you take such a huge risk, threatening not only your own welfare, but also that of someone who is absolutely innocent? These are the evil mechanics of life. It is intrinsically unsatisfying, and the search for mitigation of pain delivers even more pain. If it wasn't like that, we would cease to exist, for we would not be bound to satisfy any craving, fulfill any desire, or relieve any pain. We are not made to be happy, but to be always on the hunt for more, just to see the light of another day.